This week, I take a look at the top-rated not safe for work games are on Steam as of May 2023. Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Adult Game Reviews. I was super curious how the games have shifted from my last video. I also want to make it clear, this isn't my personal list. I created this list by scouring Steam database, going through the top-rated games on Steam for 2023 and finding the not safe for work ones. How I figured that out was by Steam database's rating system. I wanted to give everyone a heads up. There are a few games on this list that I really can't show any footage from. Since I'm trying really hard to not get dinged by YouTube, I have to limit some of the content I show there. So I'll be making a full version of this video available on my Patreon, where I added some footage for the games that I can't show much of. It costs $1 because I also can't show not safe for work content for free there either. So you can check that out on my page at patreon.com/adultgamereviews for that video and all the links to these games. Okay, so any games that remained in the top 10 from my last video, I go over pretty quickly. I don't want to just copy paste from that. So I was also really curious how some of the games have changed since my last video. The game that's playing right now is my bonus game. Number 11, currently on Steam, is Handyman Legend. It dropped out of the top 10 from number 5 just a couple of months ago. Getting all of that out of the way, let's get into number 10, Horny Warp by Illuminati Games. Horny Warp is an erotic game with visual novel and village building elements. Horny Warp dropped all the way from number 4 to number 10. You take on the role of the savior by getting the help of 6 hot girls. Play minigames, upgrade buildings, and build relationships. You can purchase Horny Warp for $6.99 on Steam. So I thought I would bring back my favorite Steam comments, and for Horny Warp, it's by Source Code. My dear friend Dylan bought this game for me, and I've been a changed man ever since. This game unleashed the real version of me, and I can't thank Dylan enough for gifting me this game. One upvote on this review equals one thanks to my dear friend Dylan. You can be sure that I upvoted this. Respect, Dylan. Moving on to number 9, Idle Hands 2 by Sloth Gamer. Idle Hands 2 came in 9 last time, so surprisingly consistent so far. Idle Hands 2 is an idle management game. You play a talent agent that has to manage 2 girls. You can purchase Idle Hands 2 for $10.99. This game boasts 2D animated scenes, and my favorite comment on the video is by Ariel. My father left me. 10 out of 10 game. Number 8, Artemis Book 1 by DigiB. I was super happy to see Artemis up here. I played through Chapter 4 on their Patreon, and Book 1 covers up to Chapter 4 on Steam. Artemis was one of my favorite games of the year last year. You play a genius developer who was scammed by his ex. You try to heal through the trauma while putting your life back together. This leads you to new opportunities that can change your life. I will put up a link to my review up to Chapter 4 in the description down below. My favorite comment, I did not know Steam allowed my friends to know what I was playing.
Such a rookie mistake.
Number 7, Glory and Miserable Survivors DX by Takarin. Glory and Miserable Survivors is a pixel art action combat RPG. This was the bonus game I highlighted in the last video. It came in at number 10 or 11 in March and moved up a couple of spots. Glory and Miserable Survivors cost $9.99. My favorite comment is by Desert. I'm winning, Dad. Good. I'm proud of you, son. The next 2 games are very similar, and I can't really show anything from them. I found a couple of screenshots, but yeah, that's about as good as you're gonna get. Number 6, The Spunk Rock Festival by Regulus Not Safe for Work. This is a game like Rock Band except with adult stuff. The description is you sneak backstage at a well-known festival, use unique and diverse rhythm game mechanics to build your relationships with the artists, build your own play style and difficulty through the game's modifier system. Spunk Stock features fully animated scenes for each artist. You can play a demo for free or pay $14.99 for the full game. My favorite comment is by Zyert. I wasn't sure about this game, gave the demo a try and figured it might entertain me until I have some, well, post-clarity. 6.1 hours later, I can finally go to bed. Nice, man. Moving on to number 5, Beat Banger by Bun Fun Games LLC. Similar to the last game except in its early access and a mature furry rhythm game. You work your way to the top in a rhythm company through Rock Band-like timing minigames. It costs $10 for early access, and I only found 2 screenshots I can show of this game on YouTube. So yay! My favorite comment is by Pin the Fox. This is better than Redfall. WTF, I mean...
It's not that difficult.
Next is number 4, Hush Hush, Only Your Love Can Save Them by Sad Panda Studios. This is one of the first games I reviewed on my channel. My review was an early access review, but it's nice to see the game fully released. You play a guy on vacation to a tropical island. You meet the locals and figure out there's more going on than you realize. You date girls and make decisions. Hush Hush was a light-hearted dating sim until it wasn't. Each girl has a secret that you have to uncover that may just save their life. The thing that stood out to me the most was when I played Hush Hush in early access was just how good the voice acting was already then. I'm looking forward to jumping back in when I get a chance. You can get an 18+ DLC for $5.99. I talk more about this on my review, so you can see there if it's worth it or not. You can check with the link in the description. Hush Hush costs $19.99 on Steam, and my favorite comment is by Renzilla. Came in with dirty thoughts and came out with sadness and post-game depression. 10 out of 10. Would cry again.
My God, same, man, same.
Number 3, Symbiant by Hardcore Dev. The Symbiant is a visual novel about 2 gay men, both from vastly different worlds, embracing their sexuality and their newfound romance. This is the highest rated AVN on this list. It dropped from the 2 spot in my March video. The novel costs $19.99 on Steam with an adult patch for free. My favorite comment comment is by Brashy Fresh. I'm just gonna leave this here for you guys. We got healthy communications and boundaries, many instances of interspecies fun, and tragic consequences. Nothing not to love about this game. Number 2, Scarlet Maiden by Otterside Games. Down one spot from my previous video, this is another game that I really can't show much of. I have a full review of Scarlet Maiden on my channel where it was restricted, so I'm trying to avoid that here. Scarlet Maiden is a roguelike platformer where you use weapons, spells, and others to defeat the evil that is threatening the land. It costs $10.99, and if you want to check out the censored review on my channel, or you can see my uncensored review of Scarlet Maiden on my Patreon. My favorite new comment is by Havoc. Pretty innovative game and a lot of fun. Be careful streaming it though or uploading videos. My YouTube channel got permanently terminated because the content violated guidelines. RIP basically gaming.
Oof, that sucks.
Okay, number 1. But before that, please like the video if you like it and subscribe if you haven't. The video took a little longer to put together than my usual videos, so if you really want to help out, you can leave a comment down below. Thanks. Finally, number 1. Village Rhapsody by U-Game. Village Rhapsody was released at the end of April and already jumped to the top of the charts with over 10,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. This is a farming, logging, fishing, and farm role-playing sim, kind of like Stardew Valley. The goal is to help widows and wives improve their lives. This game looks pretty chill. Doesn't seem to have a lot of nuance to it. One comment said it was like Stardew Valley Light, which I can see. You can play the game for $2.99 on Steam, which feels really cheap to me, but maybe there's a reason for it. My favorite comment is by Stingray. Stardew Valley with a better plot. I don't know, my girlfriend might fight you on that one, but we'll see. Okay, I'm always interested in what people are playing, especially since a lot of the manga style of renders, can't say the H word, is a community I'm trying to get familiar with. Again, if you want to see the uncensored trailers or clips, I put that on Patreon. Otherwise, I hope you found something that looks interesting. If you haven't seen my review of Fate's Determination, you can check that out right here. Thanks again, until next time.